Hello all, one of my favorite debates of all time is whether or not the ocean is more eerie or frightening than space. This matter really is an opinion, but I'm going to show you all parts of each story and let you make your own informed decision. Before I start this video, go in the comments, pause this video, and type out which one you feel is scarier first, and your reasoning. And after the video is done, make a section for after and your reasoning as a little experiment. Please keep in mind this video is only a basic overlook and will not include too many obscure findings such as the face on Mars or the ocean that's under the ocean, as this is supposed to be short. Anyways, let's get right into the comparison. The first obvious difference between space and the ocean is that they're very different in size. The ocean is defined and bound to the Earth, while space is seemingly infinite. Although space is clearly larger than the ocean is by no means small. The deepest part of the ocean is called the Challenger Deep, near the south end of the Mariana Trench, which is around 36,200 feet deep. You remember how long it took you to reach the bottom of that 8 feet deep swimming pool as a kid, and how much it hurt your head from all the pressure? Imagine exponentially increasing that number to 7 miles. That's a few hours of walking into a dark abyss. And the total area of the ocean is estimated to be 320.3 cubic miles, which is larger than some countries. However, space hasn't been measured fully yet, as a measurable space is only the small distance of 92 billion light years away. To put that in perspective, our own galaxy is only 100,000 light years in radius, meaning our planet isn't even a measurable fraction of how big space really is. Here's a bonus fact about the first satellite to exit our solar system called Voyager 1. It has been launched in 1977 and has only recently left the Milky Way galaxy in 2012. So you'll find an end to the ocean if you search deep enough, but space, not so much. Arthur C. Clarke once said 2 possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe, or we're not. Both are equally terrifying. There have been around 700,000 confirmed species that live in our ocean. When people think about life in the ocean, they think giant sharks and disgusting electric eels, but in space there has not been any confirmed life, which may or may not be scary to think about if you ever step on the moon. If you swim in the ocean, you might rub your leg on a flabby blobfish, or you might have your leg torn off by a sand shark if you aren't careful enough. If you're flying in a rocket ship, 2 possible things will happen. You will either stumble across a highly intelligent being that will most likely capture you for testing, as humans do with inferior animals on our planet, or you will never stumble across anything, and you have entered a wide infinite volume that doesn't have any form of life other than that on our own planet, which isn't even a visible speck in the universe. You can swim away or kill a shark, maybe not an advanced civilization. As previously stated, there is an abundance of life in our ocean. One could hear the beautiful sounds of a whale underwater, or a horrifying eerie sound of something that is yet to be discovered, and may be very large. One could see a jellyfish swimming around with the moonlight illuminating their ghostly mushroom tops. One can also see a giant creature beyond comprehension which may look like it could devour a human in one gulp. One could also see a coral reef bed with vast amounts of peaceful little fish communities. In space, however, no one can hear anything, as it's just a vacuum. When you reach space and don't have a radio of some sorts in your suit, you will hear nothing, and on top of that, you will just see a ton of bright lights which may or may not have an explanation. It could be an exploding star, an advanced starcraft observing you from a distance, or maybe just an ordinary star or planet. By the way, all around you there are all kinds of invisible forces which keep the universe together, and you could run into a black hole because they may or may not be invisible, because fun fact, we don't know what they look like yet, because there's never been a real image of one produced by a camera, only illustration. Both space and the ocean are stable and both do not support human life very well. The ocean is held together by convectional currents, pressure, and gravity from the Earth's rotation. The ocean's movement is predictable and will most likely never change the shape it's in without some kind of outside force. This means the ocean can never really make its society collapse, but it can submerge cities and do other kinds of damage. But it will be all predictable by the right minds. We, however, have not discovered the entire ocean because water pressure makes it difficult. Scientists say 95% of the ocean is unexplored because humans cannot travel far enough to physically interact with the floor, But this information is misleading because the entire ocean has been mapped using sonar and other tools. If you take away the pressure, humans can travel for hours on end inside the ocean because of suits and oxygen tanks, making ocean expeditions rather easy. To send one person to the International Space Station, it would cost around $81 million for a round trip, says the Business Insider. Space orbits are also very unpredictable due to unknown collisions such as meteors, elliptical erosion, effects from stars, drag from solar winds, and the sun losing its mass over time. Also, since there is no atmosphere, there is a high chance of developing cancer and other conditions from radiation exposure. If an astronaut's suit is torn in an important area, which is likely depending on what planet they're on, they'd most likely die. And if they took off their helmet in space, their chance of survival would be little to none, unlike the ocean where if you take off your suit, you can probably survive if you aren't too deep. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think is scarier now down in the comments below so you can settle this argument once and for all. Anyways, if you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already, and turn on those bell notifications to watch some of my other content. It may not be the same as this, but I can guarantee you that it's going to be kind of entertaining at least, and not very long, so please click that bell notification. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.